we get something good for him. And then you always have to open up the possibility of Cabrera and Verlander.
I say everyone's on the table.
Yeah, absolutely.
Listen to any offer you may get. Why not?
Don't give them away. Don't get me wrong.
No.
You've got to get really, like you mentioned, a team like the Dodgers, with Kershaw Kershaw might have back surgery. They still think they can make the playoffs. They can afford Justin Verlander, and they have a great farm system.
He'd love L.A.
Yeah, I think so.
Him and Kate up in L.A. Again, maybe she stays and just he goes. I don't know. We'll figure out the logistics. If you go to 97.1 The Ticket's Facebook page, you can see us live as we are recording. Head over there. You can watch our Francis Ford Jenkins is filming us today, as he does every day. But we're talking about the Tigers, whether you're done. I mean, this is it. I mean, you take a series from the Royals and then you lose 2 out of 3 to the Twins. Worst team in the American League. So who is this team? They're telling you who they are. They're a 500 team.
Exactly.
They're 500. All season long, they've been telling you that. They're right around 500. But everyone just doesn't want to hear it. They don't think that that's what it is. It's July 21st.
But watch, Bill. They go into Chicago. What happens if they win 4 in a row? Cleveland goes to Baltimore, and all of a sudden they lose 2 out of 3, and you're back to 5.5 or 4.5 out. People are going to get all excited again. And then they go to Fenway, and they surprise the Reds.
Sure. And then when that happens, which that'd be great if it did.
Yeah, we'll get sucked in. They'll buy, and then they'll go to crap again.
And it'll play out like it's played out all season. Right. If it plays out like it's played out all season, then they'll come back and they'll lose to some bum team. Maybe the Twins again. Who knows? Let's go to Al in Troy. You're on 97.1 The Ticket.
Yeah, hi, good morning.
Hey.
I'm obviously a seller. I was not until I talked to your screener, and then he convinced me that obviously...
Very influential.
One of the issues, interestingly, over the weekend when the Tigers played Saturday on FS1, there was a 3-guy panel after the game, and interestingly, one of them was Dontrell Willis. He said the Tigers are not playing as a cohesive team. And then yesterday I was listening to MLB on my XM, and they were talking about how good the Indians are doing. Look at their leadership. So I think they just don't have the leadership. They've got the quality, but there's nothing leading that team.
I do think that's part of it. I agree with Dontrell Willis in that they don't seem like a cohesive. They seem like guys who are out there doing what they're supposed to do, but there's no... I mean, the leaders on the team are usually the standout. I'd say Verlander is the leader on the team. Miggy is definitely not a leader.
He's a leader. He usually is a leader by example.
Yeah,
Victor's a leader in the clubhouse. I think Kinsler is a leader.
Those three.
When they play well, it looks like they're having fun and there's leadership. When they don't, they look like they're just going through the motions.
Exactly.
And for some reason... they seem to go through the motions on these afternoon getaway days during the league. It's unbelievable.
How many of those, I mean, we don't have it in front of us, but how many of those have they lost?
I know they lost
getaway games. It seems like they lose all of them.
This is the third one I can remember off the top of my head. They lost this one. They played Philadelphia at an afternoon game that they lost, and there's another one recently that they lost as well. I don't remember exactly the team, but it's happened a lot. Ticket text 97136. I think someone needs to sell Ausmus a chair that is so comfortable he can't get out of it. That's from Jim. Mark and Clarkson says, changing the manager would make a difference. I don't think this team respects Brad. Look at the interaction with Verlander on the mound yesterday.
No, you've got your ace. Your ace can talk his way into staying on the mound.
Well, what's wrong with that? Ausmus was going out there to see how he was doing. He didn't make. Yeah. It would be one thing if he went out there and signaled, and then Verlander went nuts
and didn't listen to Verlander.
Verlander was a little worried that he was going to go out, and that's why he said,
F-y, F.
Yeah, and put the glove over us. But that was fine. Tigers made a mistake when they didn't go after Joe Madden. That would have been for Leland's last year, right? I think he would have taken Tigers' job over the Cubs in a heartbeat. Why?
End of the conversation.
And don't you think there's a reason Gardenhire hasn't landed a new gig in 2 years?
Exactly.
Thank you.
The whole Ron Gardenhire thing is he was a good manager, but the last, I want to say 4 or 5 years, the Twins did not have a good record. And in the when they win one playoff series his entire time with the Twins, they weren't great in the playoffs in the postseason. So why has everyone got this thing for Ron Gardenhire? Yeah, he hasn't been hired yet, so That says something.
I like this ticket test. Cabrera needs to be called out, but then we'll just get an angry tongue lashing from Victor about how
That is
we as
true.
fans don't know anything.
I'd like to see them go out there and play.
I might be imagining this, but I feel Verlander never gets any run support. Could the team be taking his games off?
Well, he's also pitching against the other team's best pitcher.
Yeah,
Usually.
and also I think he's actually pitched in some of these getaway games too.
Yeah, yeah.
David Ortiz, no spring chicken, and he isn't in a slump. Separate Victor and Miggy and move them down the lineup. No, don't do
no
that.
way. Well, last night, and we'll still take your calls and Tigers if you want to comment, 248-539-9797. Tonight, Donald Trump will accept the nomination for the Republican Party. Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. I do think he's going to, but don't be shocked.
And why are you excited about it?
Oh, Ivanka.
There you go.
Ivanka is going to introduce him.
Sure.
Clearly the hottest first daughter ever, other than Katie Holmes when she was in.
Right, the movie, yeah.
Yeah. But Ivanka Trump, clearly the hottest first daughter ever. If you need a reason to vote, if you're just disillusioned, that's a good enough reason for me. But, of course, everyone comes up and they endorse the candidate because you support the party, except for maybe Ted Cruz.
Stand and speak and vote your conscience. Vote for candidates up and down the ticket who you trust to defend our freedom and to be faithful to the Constitution.
Endorse Trump. Endorse Trump.
I appreciate the enthusiasm of the New York delegation.
I'm not going to say it.
God bless each and every one of you, and God bless the United States of America.
Wait.
God bless.
Boom, God bless
You know,
America.
the whole New York delegation was going, yeah, all right, here it comes. Wait a minute, what? You can tell they were anticipating he was about to endorse him,
Nope.
and never did. Which
Hell no.
I give Ted Cruz credit because he's sticking to what he believes, although he said he was going to
Right,
endorse the candidate.
so he's sticking to his guns where he doesn't like
lying
Trump.
Ted.
You know, I think he put up with Trump until Trump went after
Until he
his
didn't have
his
to.
dad.
Well,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
right, too.
And when he said his dad had something to do with JFK dying,
Right.
I think
Well, Trump's throwing a bunch of stuff out
Right,
there
okay.
like that.
But
Chris Christie got over any jabs, but he was way more harsh on Ted Cruz, so I kind of...
Oh, because he was his closest competition.
Yeah.
Right.
Him and Little Marco. Those are the guys he went after the most
Yes.
because they were the ones that gave him the most grief.
is Marco even there? I haven't seen him at all.
No, he he endorsed Trump, but I
Right.
think it was through like a video or phone call. They played something of him last night. He was not there in person though.
But last night was a booze cruise.
The what? Oh, the booze. Go look at you. Also, this is from World News Tonight. The speechwriter for Melania, why this is still even out there, I don't know, but it is, said she blamed herself. She took full responsibility. But here is Donald Trump basically defending her.
She's been with me a long time. She's a very good person. She came to see me because she hated to see the conflict. And she made a mistake. And, people make mistakes. You've made mistakes. We all make mistakes. And I guess maybe if she weren't with me for a long time and if I didn't know how good she was, I've done books with her that have been bestsellers. Mm-hmm. She's a terrific person. She just made a mistake. And I thought it was terrific the way she came forward and just said, look, it was a mistake that I made. And she thought it was very unfair to Melania.
I told you, I read that when she was helping Melania, she asked Melania, like, who are some of the people that you admire or look up to?
Inspire you.
Yeah,
look
who
up to.
inspire you. And one of her answers was Michelle Obama.
You don't want to say that, Eva.
And so
Ivanka.
she...
Malaria.
So Melania told the speechwriter, here are some of the Michelle Obama things I've read that I like. And the woman was taking notes. And then ended up just straight up putting it in the speech, and it didn't even think like, oh, maybe I should kind of shift it around and not use direct quotes that were given to me by Melania from Michelle Obama.
248-539-9797. Open phone line. Still want to talk about the Tigers. Quite a performance yesterday. And just where do you stand on this team? We'll take your calls coming up at 9:35.